Okay, let's do a full in-depth pressure canning tutorial because, spoiler alert, it is not as scary as you might think. Today we are pressure canning chicken breasts. I found a really great sale and this is a great opportunity to show you how to do it. Now with a lot of meats, we follow the raw pack method, which means you put the raw meat into the jar and then the pressure canner will actually cook that meat. So by the time that it's done, it is fully cooked. But all I'm doing is cleaning off the meat a little bit and then putting like 1-inch chunks into my pint-sized jars, pushing them down as firm as I can until I get to a 1-inch headspace. Then I'm adding half a teaspoon of salt per jar. You can add any other seasonings at this point. Then in canning recipe, you want to make sure you wipe the rims of your jars really well just to make sure you get a good seal with your lids. Lots of people have their own personal preferences on lids. I love the 4 jars lids. That's typically what I use. But you're just going to put your lids right on top and then screw your rings on fingertip tight. You don't want any wrist action because the lids could buckle. Now, just like that, your jars are ready to be canned. We're going to prep our can. Pressure canning is a lot different than water bath canning because you don't need to cover the jars with the water. You just need about 3 quarts of water in the bottom of your canner. Every pressure canner might be a little bit different, so check your manual. They'll tell you how much you need. I have the Presto canner and I can personally do 2 layers, which is amazing. So then I'm just going to put my lid right on and then turn my heat on high. It's going to take a couple minutes to come up to pressure. If you've ever used like an Instant Pot, it's kind of similar to that. So on the top, you have this button and then this steam release valve as well as your pressure gauge. You'll start to see everything kind of steam a little bit, but you want to wait for this button to pop up. And then that's when your canner will actually start to build pressure. So once it pops up, you are going to see a steady stream of steam. You're going to set your timer for 10 minutes and let that stream go for 10. Once that timer is up, you are going to put your weight onto your steam valve. Once the weight is on, I still keep my heat on high until the pressure gauge comes up to temperature. You want this slow rocking. That's how you know you've hit a sweet spot. Then I turn the heat down to about medium until I get that slow rocking that's just steady. When someone says pressure can for 75 minutes, this is what they mean. This is when the timer starts. Once that time is up, turn your heat off and then you're gonna leave your weight on until the pressure comes all the way down to 0. This is gonna reduce your risk of siphoning. Once that button comes down, you can take your weight off. There's no more pressure, so it's safe to remove the lid and then pull your contents out. Remove your jars and put them onto a towel on your counter where they're going to cool and seal. When they're completely cool to the touch, check for any lids that didn't seal. Put those in the fridge if they didn't. The ones that did, you can remove the rings and store them on your pantry shelf. Happy canning!